into a relationship or a friendship and you feel like it's taking too much energy out of you, or the energy is not reciprocated, walk away. Don't argue with nobody. Don't explain yourself. You're grown. Even if you're not grown, you're old enough to know that this relationship is just not doing me any good. And it's okay. You're going to make more friends. Don't allow, and I'm talking to myself too when I say this, don't allow a bad situation, a bad relationship define who you are. Just because you might have been, something might have not worked out, or somebody didn't value you, or somebody might have mistreated you, don't look at love different. That person just was, you could have been at, because I'm going to say some real shit. You could have been in a low vulnerable state and somebody preyed on you, because
P-R-E-Y.
Yeah, like really preyed on you, and they attached to you, and they did everything right, for the first year or whatever, so you really think they for you. But as time goes on, people's actions will always tell you how they feel about you, and you gotta move the right way about it. Don't be ignorant. Don't get so emotional, because I'm not gonna lie, being a black man and not having a father around, even though me, I had a man figure around for most of my life, but sometimes I do slip victim to being a little too too emotional. Like sometimes you just gotta stand outside yourself and really think about things. Like, look, all right, everybody going through shit, but it's just not about me. So be a person to understand. Give people chances, but never allow anybody to run over you.
Be in control, and if you're not in control, you're being controlled. So.
Oh, that's so true. I can agree with that. Like, I'm gonna use an example. Me and my blood father. Like, I at one point in time I couldn't stand them, but I had to understand that their era or what they grew up with. They grew up in a tough love era, so them expressing love was not one of the easiest things. Yeah, he was incapable of doing it from the shit he saw, the situations he'd been through, and him recovering and bounce back and from the issues he might have had. So the best thing I could have did was really forgive him. I love my father, but at the same time, my father did hurt me. But I had to understand that me holding on to that hurt was giving him too much power. And as a man, you can the best thing to do is control what you can. If you can't control it, let it go. Meaning, not fully let it go but as an expression, meaning it's out of your control. So why are you sitting up here getting mad? It's nothing you can physically do or mentally do about it. So don't put so much time into that. The things you can control, put all your time into that, and let that be your medicine. And when you forget somebody, even if they do you wrong, even if they still doing you wrong, like she said, it's for you. It's not for them. And they might apologize, and you can accept the apology, or you don't have to accept.
But you ain't gotta accept them back in your life. Like, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people be thinking that they gonna come apologize and things go back. You know what I'm saying? But we put that onto ourselves in our community. I'm gonna say in the black culture and community, because we feel like, oh, we're family, or no, family won't treat you like this.
Family will do you bad.
They'll do you worse than a stranger, not for real. But I realized that they can't seem to understand how you are you and how they are them.
Some of them stuck in their ways.
They're stuck in their ways, and they're also like they see how beautiful you live your life, or how you took and made your life and built some fruits of your labor, and they weren't able to do that, and they wondering like, well, how did she do that, or what did she have that I didn't? Or they might see that you didn't have the things that they did have, and you made more out of your situation than they did. Often, like all the time. Like it's people who had, their, like, let's say, I'm gonna say for guys, like it's guys who did have their fathers, and they're the worst, you know what I'm saying? And the ones
that's so often.
And it's because it don't matter what you had, it's about what's been. A lot of kids are being taught, not raised. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's deep.
For real, like, and they're being influenced and not raised. Meaning, like, I caught my goddaughter like cussing on the internet, but she don't do that like around me or nothing. But it's about who she's around, and they're not speaking that word into her, they're not checking her, and it's definitely not okay. Well, her mom is definitely not okay, but she go to school, she in middle school now, so she's getting an influence from somewhere, but that means she's not getting raised and taught the things she needs to be taught in order to handle these situations and not be influenced by it. Like it's all, everything adds up. Like it's always a disconnect where come problems and altercations, like literally. But the whole being taught, you can't let these kids be influenced. Like once you get influenced, it's over. Like, because that's what when you see something and you like, oh yeah, I like that, or that's cool, they doing it, I think it's cool, so I'm gonna do it. It's gonna keep happening. They're gonna keep thinking that this is the way. Just like if you see something that's working for somebody else and you start doing it, it's like it might not work for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but you were influenced by it for real, but you're going to take a different approach. You're not going to keep doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the growth in us. But kids are kids. They only going to know to keep doing what they doing because there's no consequences behind it.
Having a checks and balance system is one of the most important things just growing up. Like, you got to have somebody who's going to check you when you on bullshit. Like, and you know they care for you. You know they love you. So when they checking you, you know it's like, it's not nothing personal. But I gotta correct you because you standing out of line, and I'm a victim of this. I ain't gonna lie, I be on some bullshit sometimes. So when I get checked by somebody, I know what's for me and what's in my corner for real. Sometimes it hurt my feelings because they'll really make me look at myself and really have to face myself. Like, yo, you know you is not on that type of time. You need to pull that shit together and tighten up, because that's not you for real. You way better than that. And when somebody you know care for you tell you something like that, you feel like you disappointed them, and it's like you just want to make the situation better, but you want to better yourself also. So it's like having that checks and balance system is something that's needed, especially in our community, because it's like we don't, we can't fuck up. Like we only get but so many chances and opportunities. One mistake you could throw your life away that fast. It don't even take 5 seconds to throw your life away. It takes less than half a second.
So it can take a thought.
A thought, right?
One thought. And on the piggyback what you was just saying, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So like, you can't think that you're gonna talk to somebody and be like, oh, blah blah blah, you doing this wrong. No, you gotta come sincerely, and a person gonna be able to feel that, and I'm gonna feel if you coming at me on some, you know what I'm saying, hating stuff, or just you're trying to just down me or whatever. It's a difference. Like,
that's crazy, because when I tell you, me and my girl Dad was talking about this so deep. Like, she said literally the same thing you said. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. How do you expect to get a point across, or how do you expect somebody to learn if you say and you talking to them crazy? Like, they're not gonna hear you out. They're gonna look at you like, bro, I don't like, you need to calm down. They might get offensive and get ready to fight you. So it's like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. When that person don't know you care about them and you trying to build that trust with them, you gotta be gentle with how you say things. The best thing to do is pull somebody to the side. Like,
I was gonna say, time and setting is important too. Don't try to, let's wait till we get home. Stand with me right here. But when we get home, definitely, you know what I'm saying, check me. But
see, I'm one of them type of people where it's like, I forget a little bit sometimes. So
if it's urgent, of course.
If it's,
no,
for
like,
sure. Hey, come outside with me, I'm gonna roll the blunt up. Even though I'm gonna roll your blunt up for you, let you smoke, and let's talk. I got something, I gotta tell you something. I'm gonna give you something too, give you a little game or whatever. You throw them off to where it's like they not even thinking they did something wrong. Because it's like the way you approach them. It's like,
approaches everything.
It's cool. All right, he probably got something important to tell me. And then that's when they come outside or whatever area you go to, and you just tell them. But you don't just jump into it and say, this is where you went wrong.
Exactly.
You
knowing your people. You gotta know your people.
You got to.
If you know that.
I got a Ruger and a Brico, and I'ma let you pick which way tonight go. I got my dough right, plus the right go. I mean it's legal. Pay taxes to the